Hello, 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 everybody. We all well on this Sunday evening? Can you all hear me? That's the important thing. I have a long history of terrible sound, so it'd be good to know. For those who want to know about the music, that's the Sundered Isles theme, written by my lovely friend Dr. Rachel Langley. And here's a fun fact: we recorded that in December 2022, because that's when we were kind of expecting Sundered Isles. This is no shade on Sean. He took his time, but it's a great book. But yeah, we were ready to go for it at the start of 2023. But here we are. So you'll be getting to hear that quite a lot when we actually get round to Sundered Isles going. Anyone played Sundered Isles yet? Is Sundered Isles early access? Technically, yes, I think. It's finished, but it's just everybody in chat. Sean Tompkin here. Thank the maker. He's arrived. Hope you didn't hear me bad mouthing his tardiness with with getting the game out. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a read through. So there's a lot of you here. That's quite nice, isn't it? So I'll get this out of the way now. Everybody, please, let's do a moratorium on spoilers, please, for the Starforged run. Because this is twofold, this stream tonight. Firstly, I want to do a session 0 for Sundered Isles for my new campaign. But secondly, I'd like to just commemorate the end of Starforged run, because that was a bit of a hectic week this week, just gone. And I haven't really had time to think about it. And I know that a lot of you have caught the last few episodes, and I've had some very nice things said about it, which is very pleasing. Thank you. I normally take about 2 weeks to make an episode, as you all know, and I did three episodes in 6 days, which was brutal. And yeah, I haven't stopped since putting them live with other things. So there's a bad frame rate, is there? God, I knew I'd fall foul of technical issues. Oh, thanks, Zach. God, it really is bad, isn't it? Kind of choppy. Interesting. Anyone know how to fix that? Bit jerky, that it's fine. If you don't ever move or talk, it's fine. The amount of time I've had a penny every time I heard that. Yeah. Is this watchable, or do I need to start the stream again? Oh, thanks, Ed. I will sue YouTube, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. How's this? Is this better? Is this worse? I look like Wash from Firefly. I don't know if I'll take that. That's Alan Tudyk, isn't it? I don't mind that. I'm always watchable. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's do it. So, who wants an announcement? Oh, a super chat. My first one ever. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Expert IT level skills. Almost finished season 2 of the Starforge campaign. Can't wait to see what you have in store with Sundered Isles. Do you know what? Before I get to this announcement I just promised, yeah, I've actually got no idea what this Sundered Isles campaign is going to be. I've got like a slight inkling one way or another, but everything else we'll decide this evening. But yeah, okay, announcement, everybody. So as I said, it's been pretty busy for me ending this Starforge campaign. So I did 3 episodes in 6 days, and it's all right. It's not as if they were important episodes or anything. And then I literally pressed upload, and then got picked up to go and do a session of the Between with 0 prep, which is fine because you don't really have to prep anything, but straight into that. And then the next day, straight into Trophy Dark. And then yesterday off. No, yesterday was Trophy Dark. And then, yeah, today this. So haven't really had a chance to stop. And this has been like the end of, I think, 2 weeks of doing something all the time. So I'm a bit fried. So I'm going to take a little break from playing Starforged. And when I say Starforged, I mean Sundered Isles or Ironsworn. I do have loads of content coming out. I've got my Trophy Dark games coming out. And then I'm going to do this session 0 tonight. And then the first episode is going to be live at the UK Game Expo. So if anyone's there, you can come and watch the first episode done in front of an audience. Because it worked so well last time. And then I'll pick up the campaign after that. So we'll have about 4 weeks with no regular episodes from me, but there'll be other stuff coming out, don't you worry. And then we'll hit the ground running with a live episode, which, yeah, could backfire. Is anyone coming to UK Game Expo out of you guys? So hyped for Trophy Dark. Trophy Dark I played yesterday. It was absolutely unreal. It was so good. That's one hell of a game there. I've never felt more sick playing a game. There was some pretty spicy role play in there. It was pretty good. Yeah. I need a break, Shane. I still haven't quite kind of come to terms with saying goodbye to Archer Griffin Luna just yet. I'm sure it'll hit me in a couple of weeks. But yeah. So, Sundered Isles. Let's get into it. Again, I haven't really... I did the preview video for this, but since then, I've not really had time to go back and look through it. Still a big fish there. That's good. This is like my favourite bit of the whole thing. These two moons, Cinder and Wraith. I love that. It's so good. I think that's Josh's art as well. That's so good. I think the one thing I have decided for this Sundered Isles campaign is I'm going to be bringing those moons and the cursed die in as often as I possibly can. I did say in my preview video that I'd do odds and evens, and I'm still thinking about doing that. Because it's just too good not to like do every time. It's a good book, isn't it, this? Right, let's find the campaign setup and let's go for it, shall we? Enough mucking around. Has anyone had a go with these new the naval encounters rules? I think they're kind of cool. I think because I did one ship combat in Starforged, I think, like one kind of protracted ship combat, and it didn't feel different enough. I don't know whether that was probably me not making the effort. You'll be absolutely stunned to know. Exotic fish breeder NPC. Yeah. Fun fact, everyone. That automaton harpooner. I'll see if I can find that one again. There you go. I was used as the art reference for that. It's a little Easter egg for you. Bad spot Easter egg. Where's the campaign start? You'd think I'd prepare this, don't you? But like, you know, you should all not expect too much of me from now on. Oh, look at that big crack. Yeah, it's a big old monster, that, isn't it? There's just so much cool stuff in this book. Where did I find the... I think there was a monster in here that I was really drawn to. It was like a toad or something. Beasts of the... Muck toad, there we go. I'm going to have an entire episode around muck toads. That needs to happen. I think the good thing is someone said this about Starforged the other day, that like... I kept going back to the well of rolling up weird monsters, but it never didn't pay off. They were always funny, or they were always memorable, because they were always just weird little freaky guys that that caused no end of trouble. So like, I like the fact that, you know, we have the option to bring an abomination out. There we go. Right, getting underway. Prepare to set sail. Let's make some decisions, shall we, gang? I'd like everyone to be... Oh, look at that. I have not seen that one before. It's a ship with a dragon. I like that. Pretty good. Cool, yeah. I think this is a big question. What realm am I going to pick? The Dangeroos. They were pretty good, weren't they? I liked those. Right, so what are my options? So my options are Seafaring Realm, which is the default, I think, isn't it? The old Age of Sail. Sundered Isles lie within a vast and perilous sea. I've got the Skyfaring realm. Sundered Isles are the lofty fragments of a shattered continent. And then Starfaring realm. The Sundered Isles are untold worlds adrift on ethereal tides. What are people saying? Skyfaring, Starfaring, Skyfaring. Ooh. Hey, Cesar. 1 vote for Seafaring. People like Skyfaring, don't they? Is there like some famous Skyfaring media that I don't know of? The only one I can think of is the guy from when Robert De Niro in Stardust. Steampunk Skyfaring. Seafaring, Seafaring, Sea and Skyfaring. Sea, Skyfaring, if not Starfaring. Seafaring. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I really like the sea. Skyfaring sounds fun and high fantasy. Seafaring if you want something a little more down to earth after spending so long in space. That is true. Sea with some sky. +1 vote for Seafaring. Seafaring seems to be the most popular. I mean, do I respect democracy this much? God, there's a lot of you in here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Seafaring. That's the first decision made. The world's loudest keyboard is coming into effect, everybody. Seafaring, there we go. Simple as that. Lovely job. Dice. So, have I got any dice here? Yeah, please hold. Fine, I've got dice. We will do some random stuff in here. Although I think last time, didn't you guys just shout out at me some numbers? I don't know whether to give you all that much power. Okay, so we are Seafaring realm. Let's have a little look. So, in this realm, the Sundered Isles lie within a vast and perilous seas. No one knows the true extent of the isles. Untold numbers of them are scattered like broken shards across these equatorial waters. The Isles are home to a diverse array of people, societies and cultures. Some trace their lineage to the mariners who first sailed these waters in ages past. So, I like that. It's pretty open. I also like that it's the default, I think it says in the book it's the default setting for Sundered Isles. And it's going to take the least work for some of the assets, because I think in Skyfaring and Starfaring you have to perhaps bend the assets a little. And I think it might not feel like it, but I always want my games to be an advert for the game. So I don't want to like bring in a huge amount of homebrew and stuff that's not in the book. So yeah, I don't know. I think Seafaring's the safest option for me. I might give my brain a rest. So, the features: mist-shrouded islands, warm turquoise seas, rocky shoals, shallow reefs and rugged islets, coastal boats and mighty seagoing ships, bustling ports and inland villages, fast-moving storms, stirrings of great beasts within shadowy depths, ruins nestled in jungles, standing amid high rocks and sunk beneath the sea, and skeletal frames of wrecked ships cast against rock and reef. Yeah, I like that. Those are my options. And that's what I'm going for. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is the default setting when playing Sundered Isles. The oracles, new character assets, and other materials in the book are designed for this realm. So whatever's going to be the least work for me, there we go. That's what I've chosen. Oh, man, this art is so cool. Yeah, I like that vibe. And I guess we can kind of define it, can't we, in the truths a little. The other options were Skyfaring. Yeah, I just don't know. I just think, yeah, I don't have any affection for Treasure Planet. You know, which is a lot of people do. I'm a bit too old for Treasure Planet to have been a thing for me. I'd kind of aged out of Disney films at that point before I kind of got back into them with, you know, young relatives and stuff. Right, here we go. Good old-fashioned truths. So I've not looked at these in that much depth. So I don't know how kind of different they are, how divergent they are from Starforged. But let's find out. So we've got 11 categories to choose from, gang. And we are going to use them to define the key aspects of our version of the Sundered Isles. We have the Sundering, Relics, Modern Era, Iron Vows, Navigation, Empires, Piracy, Religion, Magic, Beasts, and Horrors. So I'm going to... I will say this, like, I am more than happy to roll some stuff up. I do like a bit of randomness. Because I think my truths for Starforged were all random initially, and then I messed the recording up for my session 0 and had to start the entire thing again, and then randomed them up again. So I had two lots of different. I never remember what I rolled up in that first kind of abandoned session 0. I can't remember what came out. Right, okay, let's have a look at our first truth, the Sundering. How did the Isles earn their name? So we have a great war left horrible scars upon the Isles. A generations-old war is only recently ended, and the reminders of the fruitless conflict are all around us. Islands racked by destruction, seas tainted, people displaced. The cost is immeasurable, but some still squabble over what remains. Okay. Eons ago, a vast cataclysm shattered continents. Lands broke apart in an apocalyptic disaster. Powerful cities fell. Fire, lava, cats and dogs living together. You know how that goes. And then the other one, strange technologies unleashed a reality-fracturing wave of cursed energy, forever reshaping the Isles. An ambitious few dabbled in ancient secrets. In doing so, broke the bonds of reality. Strange energies flowed into our world, allowing uncanny phenomena to take hold. Right, what are we feeling, everyone? Anyone got any particular feelings one way or the other? The background vow could be to find and rescue your family as per Sid Meier's Pirates. Is that a video game? I think it's a video game, isn't it? Is that a video game or a board game? Sounds familiar. Let's roll. I think the one I mean, I'm going to roll this. I have some dice here. I've come prepared. I will roll this. But yeah, the one about the strange technologies is the one that appeals the least to me, I think. Let's see. Okay, let's roll. Okay, we've got the middle one. Eons ago, a vast cataclysm shattered continents. So that's happening. Lands broke apart in an apocalyptic disaster. Powerful cities fell. Fire, lava, and ash scoured what remains. The Isles, scattered like broken shards, are the vestiges of these once great lands, the gravestones of a fallen dominion. Life eventually returned to this realm, but the wounds do not fully heal. Right then, question. Oh, it's a video game. Okay. I have a famously patchy history with video games. Oh, is it like is that Curse for Monkey Island? Is that the same thing? Is it that vibe? A kind of point and click. Yeah, let's not get sidetracked by Sid Meier's Pirates. So let's have a look. I always like to read these quest starters because I always think they could give good ideas. You are haunted by dreams of this ancient cataclysm. In these dreams, you see a grand library of unfathomable scope, the collected knowledge of lost people and fallen dominions. What do you seek within this repository? God, they're also evocative. He sure knows what he's doing, doesn't he? I wonder if we could define that cataclysm a little more. What kind of apocalyptic disaster? I wonder if it was like an Atlantis style thing. Like we did have like one mega continent that sort of fractured somehow, sunk. Is that too on the nose? Too obvious? Biblical flood? Maybe. Maybe. Roll on the oracles. I'm gonna just put the word Atlantis because I kind of like that idea, but I don't want to just have Atlantis. Yeah, I'll probably do a video actually kind of nailing all these down and presenting these nicely with some graphics and stuff. There is a lot of support for underwater ruins. Plague of muck toads. You could come back to the cataclysm when you need to find more magic elements. Yep, tsunamis. I love the library. Underwater library. Sunken library. That's the thing that everyone seeks. The islands are high points of a sunken Pangea. A giant sea beast. I think the giant sea beast shattering the continent. I think that's what superstitious people say. And we'll define that. And I think that's what people think will happen again. Hey, kill 10 rats. They dug too deep or something. Yeah. Right. I think let's not dwell on the Sundering. Let's move on. Oh, hang on. A little bit to the bottom. Right. Relics is next. What remains of lost or fallen people? Okay, what options have we got? So, the long history of the Isles is marked by disaster, war, and exodus. Abandoned and ruined sites are grim monuments to these events. Former communities, even entire islands, are sometimes forsaken by their people. Others are lost and forgotten through the ravages of time. These places echo with the memories of lost lives, but also remind us of the perseverance of those who survived to carry on their traditions elsewhere. Okay. So that's one option. The second option is 2 centuries ago, a powerful empire dared to claim these isles as their own. Ruined places are all that remain to mark their hubris. That's kind of interesting. Kraken cracked Atlantis. Okay, yep. I like underwater ruins. I'm gonna have to have a little submarine, aren't I? I'm gonna have to make myself a little sub. Or a diving bell. Can you go all Captain Nemo in this and have a little Nautilus sub in this? You should be able to. Okay. So yeah, Fallen Empire. The tattered banners of the Fallen Empire lie amid ravaged fortresses, wrecked ships, and abandoned cities. In some places, nature reclaimed these sites. In others, people returned to build anew upon the graves of these former invaders. Meanwhile, scavengers like gulls picking up the bones of dead fish scour the remnants in search of plunder. Diving bell is I did see the diving bell as an asset, yeah. Right, last option is an ancient civilization of unfathomable power left its mark upon the Isles. These people unlocked secrets beyond our understanding. These ruins marking their legacy are places of unnatural construction, confounding mechanisms, and cryptic relics. Some islanders revere the secrets, others seek to understand them. A few have more selfish motives, pillaging the sites for treasure and artifacts, but some secrets are best left buried. Many ruins are cursed, corrupted by time, and haunted by malignant evil. God, that's good, isn't it? That last one. That's calling to me. If we're going to go for the Sundering being an Atlantis type vibe, then the ancient civilization of unfathomable power left its mark upon these isles by disappearing. I like that. Submersible is a ship upgrade, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm going for option 3. I'm not going to roll on that one. Yeah, I'm having that. Okay. Always a fan of Malignant Evil. Me too. Okay, next truth is the modern era. So, what is the state of technology, essentially? It is an age of sail, it's an age of industry, it's an age of wonders. Lost technology is perfect. Maybe that upgrades the campaign to skyfaring in the middle. Don't make my life complicated, Jesse. I can't deal with that much information. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea vibes right now. Yep. I always fancied going around in a submarine, but it would smell terrible, wouldn't it? Absolutely dreadful. Right, let's figure it out. Age of sail. Sailing ships navigate the farthest reaches and weather the fiercest storms. Their cannons unleash devastating barrages against rivals or raiders, and their crews wield muskets and blades to defend their decks. Some commanders plot a course through hazardous waters with chart and sextant, whilst others rely on a deeper understanding of the sky and the sea. So that's kind of brace the mainsails type. We know what that is, right? Age of industry. The winds of change are upon us. Some of these innovations inspire awe. Flying machines that sail among the clouds, metal diving bells that plumb the greatest depths, and mechanical limbs of intricate design to replace what was lost. But industry is also an insatiable fire. Mines, smelters, and factories reshape our lands to feed those flames. Titanic ships seek dominance of the Isles. It's only a matter of time before our steadfast wooden ships and the simple ways of our communities are relics of a bygone age. And then the last option is, it is an age of wonders. Which says, some have wielded ancient secrets and extraordinary science to power vessels, weapons, and other machines. Their ships are fitted with energized sails that augment the powers of wind and storm. Their cannons unleashed volleys of infernal energy. A few commanders even count iron automatons, given life by improbable technologies among their crew. Resisting these wonders is like casting a stone against a thunderstorm, and many see this new age as a portent of our doom. I tell you what, like, I kind of like a mix between the first and the second one. In fact, I kind of like a mix of all of them. Like, there's elements in that would be really good. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. I think I don't want to roll on this because the stakes are too high. I'm going to go for this middle one, the Age of Industry, but I'm going to have my story and this campaign be right at the start of that age. Like yeah, this is very, very new. And I think I'm going to work some other elements of the other ages in. I definitely like automatons. But yeah, I think I'll go for the Age of Industry, but right at the very start of the Age of Industry. So I think that we might have a few good MacGuffins there of things that are being made and forged that we could find ourselves stealing, or I don't know. We might be law-abiding in this one. Who knows? So, Age of Industry. Done. Right. Start simple, then make it weird. Real Jules Verne stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Too right. Okay. Iron Vows. Nope. Iron vows. So, what are options? Some see iron vows as a vestige of a more superstitious age, but the tradition persists. The Ironsworn bind their honour to iron blades, or, since the distant time when iron was first hammered into form, seafaring folk of this world carried iron bond stones as sacred keepsakes. Keepsakes? Keepsakes. Automatons are always a good choice. Yes, they are. I have a feeling our world truths would be very similar. Oh, okay. Good to know. How do I feel about iron in this game? Because I always, whenever I played Ironsworn, the original Ironsworn, I always went for that one that was inscrutable iron pillars everywhere because it was just the coolest one. I can't remember what I went with Starforged. I really can't remember. Do I want to bind my honour to an iron blade? I don't think so. Iron vows as a vestige of a more superstitious age, but the tradition persists. Am I feeling that one? Bond stones. Each bond stone is unique, a relic of kin and culture passed from one generation to the next. They are said to connect the soul of its keeper to their homeland or loved ones as if by an invisible thread. Thus, if lost at sea, our spirit may return home rather than remain entombed in the remorseless depths. We swear our vows upon bond stones as promises that will follow us to our death and beyond. Interesting. It's weird because the only one I feel strongly about is the middle one. In that, I don't know. I don't want to swear. I don't want to do the blades. First one might fit better with industry age. The third one might fit too as a cultural building block. I think that's right. You know, I'm going to go with the first one. I'm going to go with some see iron vows as a vestige of a more superstitious age. And also, in a way, this feels like a nod to our other games. And I think if whatever my character does in this campaign can be a little nod to how those other games were from a previous time, right? What about both? Bondstones are falling out of fashion. Yeah. I mean, they're all good. This is the thing about this game, isn't it? Like, all of the options are good. I could pick any one of these and it would make for a good story in any order. You could do the first, but then have it turn out to be more significant later on. I mean, that's just good storytelling, isn't it? You know? I'll jot this down first of all. Thank you for joining my stream of man types slowly. Right, let's crack on. Navigation. We are scattered to the winds, but our connections persist. So we kind of got isolated islands here. Known passages are undone by tumultuous weather, capricious seas. I don't think that makes sense, does it? If we're going to go we're moving into the age of industry. So I'm just gonna get rid of that one right now. We rely on the ancient traditions and knowledge of the star-marked to navigate these perilous seas. The star-marked have an uncanny sense of wind and tide and bear the history of their travels as beautiful and intricate tattoos etched in phosphorescent ink. Some of the places and passages pioneered by the star-marked are now common knowledge inscribed in charts and travelled widely. Others are coveted secrets or lost to time and strife. The skills of the star-marked make them highly valued as ship navigators, and some seek to exploit them to their own ends. I mean, that's undeniably cool. I mean, I've failed to say star-marked 3 times there, so I don't know whether I should put them in my campaign for that reason. Number 1 feels very Waterworld. It does? Last option, bleak mists are a curse upon the Isles, confounding navigation and severing connections between communities. Bleak mists are a damnable seabound fog. Mariners tell of inexplicable sensations within the cursed waters of the mist, whispered voices, the ghostly clanging of ship bells, half-seen phantom shapes. Some bleak mists never dissipate, forming an enduring barrier that only the most foolhardy attempt to navigate. In other places, mists gather with little warning. Once you enter a bleak mist, it's hard to predict where or if you'll emerge. Yes, star marked. So if we were to have star marked, right? If star marked was a thing, like, are those people rare? Or are they kind of 10 a penny? And can you be like partly star marked? I like star marked, but I went for bleak mists for the same reason I went for balefires. They're cursed. Star marked might be another tradition that is at risk of being replaced by new technologies. I mean, that does fit. That's a great shout, Sean. I wonder if star marked could be... Every port has one. I kind of had that, didn't I, in Starforged? It didn't kind of go too hard on it, but I had the astrolabes, didn't I? And they kind of crowdsourced their navigational data. Can't imagine if star marks have already died out and there's one star mark left in my world. It's not me. I don't want that to be me. Or could it be me? The last star mark. I love the idea of a dying breed of star marked as well. But I wonder if there's anything else. Like, I wonder if there's something more to be done with that. I'm going to go for the star marked. I like that a lot. But I'm going to tweak that, I think. We'll come back to that. These are like the Mentats in Dune. Oh, God, don't get started with Dune. I don't understand what Dune is. The switch to technology is because star marks are all dying. Yep, maybe. Maybe. They have to be replaced. Could be a weird cult. I do like weird cults. But are the people... Are star marked made? Are people do this? Do the... Yeah, are star marked born with tattoos, or are they tattooed by people? Depends on what you roll in your magic truth. I mean, that's true. Maybe the last one is a real piece of work. Maybe I am the last one. The ink they use has run out without replacement. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the star marked dying out like that. That's something that's happening. Right, empires. Ugh, these guys. Real pieces of shit. Right, okay. Right, the Sundered Isles are free from Imperial control for now. That would be tempting. I wouldn't have to deal with these people. That would be nice. Although, do you remember in my session 0 for Starforge, I said, I'm not getting involved in clan wars. And then spent best part of 2 seasons trying to escape one. And then, yeah, pulled back in at the end. Star-marked are made. Unfortunate junior officers forced to spend their childhood memorising spherical trigonometry. It's public school for you, I guess. Right, what are my options? Sundered Isles are free from Imperial control for now. Imperial forces vie for dominion over the Sundered Isles, or in the wake of a tumultuous war, a great empire prevailed with supreme power holds the fate of the Sundered Isles in an iron grasp. Do you know what I like? Just reading those, not getting involved worked out so well for Archie. That's true. That's true. Archie never wanted to be involved. Bless him. I wonder whether the Sundered Isles are free from Imperial control for now, and I wonder if this age of industry is kind of almost like an arms race, and whoever gets there first is going to be able to like seize power. I wouldn't say it's like a power vacuum, but they'll have a massive advantage. Is that too obvious? I don't know. I kind of like the idea of power being more local in my game. I think like wherever you go, there's local authorities rather than one giant colonial power. I much prefer that, I think. Maybe the Isles are the outskirts of the Empire and hard to control. A real edge of the Empire vibe. Outer Rim. Mystical pirates versus nascent industrial empire. I mean, you pretty much hit it there. I think that's about right. I think that's good. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to go for no Imperial control. And I'm going to say that there's an arms race. Have multiple very different empires. The empire brings in new tech to gain favour with the local authorities. Yeah, local authorities allow for a diversity of government systems, which is cool. That is cool. Yeah, I don't want to be running into the same... I don't want to be running into the same arseholes all the time. There's more room for adventure where there's loose control. Yeah. I've always been a sucker for kind of Wild West type frontier places. But I wonder if it's going to be for my own good if I have a little challenge to that. Kind of shake me out of my comfort zone, perhaps. Collective of pirates has taken control and setting up their own empire. I mean, the factions in this are very different, I think, from Starforged. You can do some cool stuff with the factions in this. I should say they're only pirates by declaration of the empire. Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's move on. What's next? It's piracy. Yoy. Love this. Okay, what are my options? Pirates are merciless raiders. They give no quarter to seagoing targets and raise settlements on a whim. Their loyalty is only to crew and captain, but even that bond is fragile. Ritualized duels to decide the captaincy or settle disputes are common, and a long-lived marauder is a rare thing. If you come upon a grey-haired pirate, be wary. They have outwitted sailors better than you 1,000 times over. Okay, cool. Next one. Pirates are fiercely independent, but bound by a shared code. A pirate crew is a power unto itself, a diverse band of fugitives, outcasts, and rebels who serve under a ship's charter and have a say in the operation of the vessel. Pirates do not attack indiscriminately and will give quarter to those who ask for it. They are nevertheless vilified as barbarous murderers by trade guilds, imperial governors, and other powers in the Isles. In some ways, this reputation serves them. Fear is more powerful than the mightiest cannons or the sharpest swords. That one's cool. And the last one is, a burgeoning pirate nation wields great influence. The Marauder clan sail under the command of the Dreadcourt, a conclave of 8 veteran pirates whose shrewd tactics position this nation of cutthroats as a rising power. Once each year, the pirate fleets gather at a port called Flotsam, an artificial island built from the husks of captured and ruined ships to pay homage to the court and make plans. I mean, that's cool, right? That's very cool. And I mean, the coolest thing about that, right, is I'd get to define, like, those 8 veteran pirates, right? But then we're into clan territory again. It's this or the second one, isn't it? Yeah, clans. I've had it up to here with clans, I'll tell you that much. Pirate Empire. People seem to like a pirate empire, don't they? I think, I mean, this is the good thing about the wording of this. It says a burgeoning pirate empire. A burgeoning pirate nation. I wonder if they're not quite as established as they could be. I wonder if it's still very much perhaps in flux. And the thing is that third option gives space for the second option to also exist. No, I'm going to go door number 3. I think I'm going Pirate Nation. Yeah, I'm going to go Pirate Nation. And I think my role in that is going to be unusual, I think. Yeah. I think I might move away from the just calling them Marauder clans, just for my own sanity. Cool. Right, that's Piracy done, which is good. A new pirate nation might catch the eye of the Empire, set up conflicts. Empire may not want that. They definitely don't. The pirate nation is part of the arms race. They're definitely involved in the arms race. I reckon they're pillaging and finding bits of old technology to fuel this arms race and hoping that whoever wins it will curry favour with them. I reckon that's cool. A charismatic leader uniting the pirates as a nation hasn't fully unseated the clans. Right, let's move on. Religion. Is there a God is dead option? I always pick that one. I know I have joked about that in the past. Still could be independent pirate crews sailing under the old code. Conflict possibly there. Yeah, I kind of hinted at that when I said that the second one's still possible if the third one's in play. Right, my options are: our faith is diverse as the people, the gods enact their will through manifestations and miracles, or the gods are dead. I mean, I always go the gods are dead, don't I? That's generally my vibe. I think it's just one less thing to think about. It would be funny if the pirate code is more civil than the Empire. I mean, I think you've said the quiet part out loud there. There is a god is dead, and it is cool. There is a god is dead, and it's cool. I meant to catch this at 9, missed so much. Hey, it's okay, don't worry about it. We're just going through the truths. Glad you could join us for even some of this. Dead gods. The thing is, right, for me, is I always end up saying God's dead because I just don't have to think about it. Like, I don't have to think about that as an element of my story, right? Maybe I'm just cowardly. Right, I'm rolling it. "28. Our faith is as diverse as our people." Our faith is as diverse as the people. Okay, many have no religion or offer an occasional prayer out of habit. Others pay homage to the gods of our ancestors as a way of connecting to their roots. Some idolize the natural order of the world. Yeah, I think we're gonna have this, and I think I'd like the gods of our proxy for Atlantis to be some kind of vestige in our world. I think. Hang on, where's this parrot god come from? Members of a parrot god go around and repeat the same sentence over and over again. Okay, there won't be a parrot god. What's a god anyway? Could just be your Atlanteans having a nuclear war in prehistory. Yeah. I think I'm gonna say that our faith is as diverse as the people, and I'm definitely gonna say that there is vestiges of this Atlantean faith in my world. Cool. Right, next, what do we got? We have magic. What is the impact of supernatural forces? Well. Iron vows may be mistaken as talking to the gods. Yeah, that's a good point, Ace. I always go with the diverse gods, so I don't need to define it, and later I can introduce it if I want. I think that's something I've never really kind of done because my games have always been really hyper focused. They've been quite small. They've not really gone to the point where we might meet people with divergent beliefs, I think. Again, pure laziness. Right, magic. What's the impact of supernatural forces? Magic does not exist. Magic is rare and mysterious, or magic is an ever-present elemental force. What are we thinking? Because I know I want a high horror game, but that's not the same thing as magic, is it? So magic does not exist. Some find comfort in the old ways. Mariners heed 1,000 superstitions to help ensure a safe voyage. A few perform elaborate rituals to gain the favour of the wind or cast runes to divine one's future. But true magic is lost to us now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely want some magic. Ghost ships. Well, I mean, the thing is that horrors and magic are different. They're different in this. I do default to rare and mysterious. The Isles lie at the nexus of a new and the old, science and superstition, the known and the inexplicable. The collision of realities is a powerful but chaotic force, and rare folk can manipulate these unstable realities to cast spells and perform rites. In some cultures, mystics are respected, in others they are feared or even outcast. Yeah. Or magic is ever present. Magic is as constant as the winds and tides. Talented mystics exploit these energies to shape natural forces, divine the past and future, and cast boons and curses. A few can even breathe unnatural life into the dead. Or maybe. A few can even breathe unnatural life into the dead. Many mystics join guilds or serve under mentors to hone their craft, while others make do with raw, untrained talent. In spite of their uncanny nature, mystics are often hired as aides for powerful leaders. Yes. Magic versus technology is a good setup. Like, I wonder if one of the competing factions, sorry, in this arms race of technology is trying to shortcut it by using magic. So, like, yeah. It's an intriguing prospect, isn't it? See, I like the thing about mystics joining guilds and serving under mentors and honing their craft. I do like that idea. I'm going for the ever-present magic. I'm going a high magic setting. That's what I'm doing. And you can't stop me. Okay, right. So that's magic in the can. Sufficiently analysed magic is indistinguishable from technology. Possibly. Very possibly. Using magic but pretending it's technology would be funny. Yep. It would be. Especially if it was like really prosaic and mundane. Beasts. Well, I think we all know what I'm doing in this one. Beasts are lost to myth, but the tales persist. No. Hard pass. Beasts lurk in watery depths and within the reaches of remote islands. No. I can't do it. Here there be monsters. We are trespassers in a cursed realm of beasts. Monstrous lizards stalk the inland wilds. Flying reptiles with wings the size of topsails dwell in cliffside nests. Giant sharks and serpents cruise the coastal waters in search of prey. The much-feared kraken, larger than the greatest warship, lurks in fathomless depths, and some ancient beasts are too monstrous, too horrible for even our worst imaginings. Why would I go for anything else? Like, why would I not pick that? Did you not hear what I said earlier about muck toads? I will say now, I'm not going to have a pet kraken in this game. I just don't want one. That's too much responsibility for me. So yeah, I'm going for Here Be Monsters. I'll take all the monsters, please. Okay. Next truth is... there we go. Is this the last one? It's the last one. So horrors. Dragons. Yeah, I mean, I kind of find dragons boring. Like, just in general. I think it's because there's no better dragon ever than in the film Dragon Slayer. I think it peaked there and it's never been done better. I'm just never interested in dragons. Skyfaring could have flying whales, correct? Yes, that is true. He's going to fight the Kraken at some point. Tio will have his day. Oh, poor Tio. Oh, he's probably just dying again in his infinite death loop. Poor guy. I mean, I've had a Leviathan in my Ironsworn game with Tio Artiga. I've had a Leviathan in my Starforge game. It makes sense that there is one in Sundered Isles. Because I mean, I've said it before, but the bit of artwork in the original Ironsworn game, where you see the Viking ship on the surface and that big kind of Coronosaurus type thing underneath it, that's what sold me on the game. So I like prehistoric monsters. I like Vikings. What can I say? So yeah, right, horrors. Okay. I also think oh, hang on. Tech factions showing up to hunt beasts in the Outer Rim could be cool. If there's one thing I love in sorry, sorry, don't unsubscribe because I don't like dragons. One thing I absolutely love in Blades of the Dark is the whalers who get the whale blood, is it? That fuels the things. That's cool. I always think of kind of industrial whaling, and I think that that's something I'd like in this game. Some kind of weird whaling guild. Someone hand about another beer. He's talking sense again. Okay, right, sorry. Put enough grog in a sailor and they'll tell you stories of doomed ships and ghostly visitations. It's nonsense. Or the veil between life and death is as fragile as gossamer. Or the damned and the dead are a plague upon the isles. We live in accursed times. The drowned and the buried do not rest. Tortured spirits hunt for retribution. Uncounted islands are blighted by dark forces. Cities and villages lie abandoned and forsaken, lost to a malevolent tide. We keep watch, craft wards, and offer prayers to keep the horrors at bay. But it is no use. They are coming. Naomi Novik Temeraire novels are a great source for dragons. Napoleonic sea battles. I do like How to Train Your Dragon. That's a great film. So there is that and Dragon Slayer. Those are my dragon touchstones. I'm obviously going to go for the damned and the dead are a plague upon the isles, right? Are we all right with that? Are we all agreed on those truths? Hunting the giant quack and Moby Duck. I think that's still the funniest thing I've ever seen on the internet, which is I can't remember what it was. Was it like Clickhole or The Onion or something? And they did a clickbait article which was entitled something along the lines of, I spent a summer in an industrial whaling outfit and you'll never guess what happened. And when you went through to the article was the entirety of Moby Dick. I still think about that. I think that is an incredibly funny thing for them to have done. And just the kind of stupidity I enjoy. Right, okay, so we've done our truths. So that's that. Factions. Right, let's have a read of this. What people and powers inhabit your version of the Isles? In this exercise, taking inspiration from your truths, you'll choose or envision a handful of influential factions. These choices will help set in motion the conflicts and interconnections of your setting and provide inspiration for encounters at sea and shore. Okay. How many on the Pirate Council are in league with the undead or undead themselves? It's a great question. It's a great question. Right. Is there a single oppressive empire? Is there multiple empires? What people and organizations inhabit the Isles? So we're gonna need that pirate council, aren't we? Whatever they're called. What were they called? The Dread Court. So we need to define the Dread Court. If you'd like some suggestions for factions, then you'll find a brief summary for factions across 4 categories. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay, so we have some societies, some organizations, some empires, and the cursed. Right, let's just see if any of these jump out. I wonder if there's anything in this organizations as the Dread Court we can use, I guess. Right, sounds like at least one empire looking to get into the Isles, the Pirate Nation, and a faction involved with the Beasts or Restless Dead. So I think you're right. I think there's at least one empire. So I think that there's probably two. I think there's probably two main empires, or kind of burgeoning empires, who are in this arms race. That's what we're going to say. So two empires. There's the Dread Court, and then a faction involved with the Beasts or Restless Dead. I think both of those are part of the Dread Court. I think there is a whaling, like a beast hunting, part of the Dread Court. Welcome in, Kodiak. So yeah, I'll write that down. So we have Dread Court, two empires, and what did I say? The Dread Court has a variety of things. So that has the whalers, which I've spelt like Bob Marley and the Whalers, but that's fine. I suppose we can put anything in there, can't we? Let's see what's going on in the a cult around resurrecting Starmarked. I think that they're. I like the idea of a navigational guild. And I wonder if they that's where you'll find the last star marked. Possibly. Magitech Empire and Normal Tech Empire. Good luck on your new adventure. Thank you. I wish you continued success and look forward to your further innovation in this space. Heard it here first, everyone. I'm an innovator in the space. Merchants Guild. I think, I've always fallen into the trap of having like merchants guilds in fantasy setting. And I always find them kind of boring. But I wonder whether we can do something interesting with trade. I wonder if we can do something different with trade. Dreadcourt has representatives from all organisations, 50-50 between the clans. Yeah, what I don't want a repeat of Starforged. I don't want... And I think there were 5 founder clans in Starforged in the trues that I established, and we only defined 2 of them, and that was more than enough. And we didn't really get that much into them. We just took elements from them, of which like Vega was from Clan Thorn and Blake was from Clan Kraken. Oh, the dreadful names. I'm really sorry that I came up with those names. I really wish that I think actually the faction name generator Oracle was a late addition to Starforged, and I could have done with that before I came up with Clan Thorn. Each member of court based on a truth. Now that's interesting. Salt blood on the organisation chart looks like it's good for Starmart. Let's have a look. Let's have a read. So, salt blood. Mariners bound to an age-old seafaring fellowship. They recognise fellow salt bloods and communicate using complex hand signals. Tide runners. Smugglers who ferry their ill-gotten goods from island to island. I'll tell you what, let's see if we can pull some inspiration for these empires. So we have options. We have the Argosy Company, trade company which commands a fleet of beast hunting ships and pays bounties on beasts. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, budding industrial powers trying to use restless dead as cheap labour somehow jumps out at me. I mean, that's a terrible idea. If you're looking to cut costs, don't go with zombies. That's awful. Loyalist of fallen empire who seeks to rebuild their former glory among the Isles, gilded by a charismatic and shrewd military leader. The sails of the ships are emblazoned with a burning phoenix. Age-old dominion, fracturing empire, hand of Thea, iron fist. There's a religious one there. Expansive empire with far-flung territories. The Meridian Company. What I don't want just like an East India Company proxy in this. As much as it's you know, nice and easy to kick those guys. I don't want that again, I don't think. Dragon riding Crimson Guard. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, right. And then what we've got in the Cursed. There's some cool stuff in there. I think that's enough to go on for now. In terms of I've defined what I needed. I've defined what I need. I haven't actually defined what those things are just yet. But let's hop back to where we were. Okay, so we have our factions in the sense that we have a Dread Court, 2 empires, and within those empires, other smaller groups, and then there's localized governments and guilds, things like that, spread around everywhere. There is a faction oracle on page 190. We will get to that. We're going to be rolling on some oracles too. And then there's some cool stuff here to like define faction relationships. I think I'm going to do a lot of it. Like between now and episode 1, I'll make a video where I put all this into practice and kind of say what we've come up with, and I'll fill out some of those details so we're ready to go. Create your character. Hey, should we make a character? Underwater ruins archaeologists. Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, every single idea that I've just seen pop up in chat is cool. And as I've shown in Starforged, like, I'm not afraid of using ideas from chat 2 years after they're suggested. As seen in a couple of episodes ago. Gotta go. Thanks for all your time and your work on your videos. Only 2 to go. Ah, cool. Good luck finishing those off. I hope you enjoy them. And thanks for stopping by this evening. Right. Let's get this character like sketched in, and then I will disappear myself because, you know, we can't all stay around forever. Although I will ask a question, right? Are you going to include the 2 moons as a mechanic? Yes, 100%. And I'm going to curse die the hell out of everything. Question to chat. Would you like this Sundered Isles campaign to be like the Starforged campaign, or would you want me to stream it? Have a think and place your votes. I'm just having a look at this character creation walkthrough. So we're Ironsworn, we're a seafarer, and we are a rebel. So you are Ironsworn. What incident, need, or responsibility sends you on your quest-bound adventures? you'd say that's up to me. I know like the thing is, here's the rub, right? If I stream it, like, it's so much less work for me. And it's more reliable for you guys. You just get an hour and a half of me turning up every week and just making this stuff up. But like, there's no way on earth I could pull out some of the intricacies of the stuff I've done previously. If I was doing it live, I prefer edited videos, but maybe slightly biased. Yeah, I get it. Starforged. Well, this seems to be a landslide in terms of Starforged. You seem to enjoy having. I do enjoy having the thinking time. I do enjoy it, but I think maybe my view of this is slightly jaundiced by the fact that towards the end of that Starforged campaign, it was all so precariously balanced, and there was just so much to consider that I think that last episode, I think that notes document had so much in it that like there was huge bits of it that were written because they were like based on games that bits of game that I'd done while I was sat at my desk at work or whatever, and I think that it was like 20,000 words or something. The last two together, I think, were like 20,000 words or something. It's absurd. Stream. Which one is easier on the family? I mean, my dog doesn't mind. She's asleep over there. My wife's doing a PhD, so there's plenty of time, I guess. If you want to try, I think I will do some more streams, but whether or not I'll stream actual playing or not, I don't know. But it's good to know what people like, I guess. But yeah, I do appreciate that people like the style of the Starforged videos, which is fine, Yeah. And also, if I streamed, there's every chance I'd say something stupid and get stuck to it, and I'd have to keep with it. I wouldn't be able to edit it out. Okay, right. Let's get into characters. So we're an Ironsworn seafaring rebel. I'm going to choose some paths and things. I've got Sundered Isles assets, building teams with allies, stats and meters. I've got some thoughts up ahead, like up front, right, that I want to run by everyone. See what you think. So if I think about characters I've played, Archer is very much an analytical person who manages to get himself out of scrapes by quick thinking or dumb luck, I think. Luna is, Luna's Luna, I guess. And she just goes in head first, I suppose. Kind of a firebrand. I think Luna is one of my favorite characters I've ever kind of come up with. I think she's great. But I don't want to play a character like Luna. Tio was kind of your archetypical rogue type, stealth and stab guy. And we all know what happened to him. But I was wondering how you'd feel about me playing a more charisma-based character in this. Because the most fun I think I've had in role-playing games is the character I play in my Star Trek campaign, who is charming, but a total fucking idiot. I think he max out heart for a flamboyant pirate captain. I'm kind of thinking someone who's got, I've never played anyone in Ironsworn who has heart as the highest score, and I'm wondering about doing that. Smooth talking captain. Yeah, I kind of like the. I do not at all want Captain Jack Sparrow. I think that's going to. A lot of people will end up accidentally there. I think it's inevitable. But Dread Pirate Roberts is way more appealing. I kind of like the idea of a kind of a Lando Calrissian style captain. But then that just says about how much I love Lando Calrissian. But yeah, cool. We've got our first oracle here. We've got the backstory, which also has a cursed entry. Oh yeah. Right, let's do this. So right, okay. Oh, hello. Right. It was weird watching you play Luna. The character you had is so on point for the character of my dog, who is also called Luna. And she once dived into a bush, yapping because of a crisp wrapper. Interesting. Fun fact, Griff is based on my dog. In that, like, you know, my dog's amazing, but she's so lazy and doesn't do anything. It's lucky she's cute. It's her birthday today. She's doing a little sleep. Right, shall I roll and come up with a backstory? And what's the deal with the cursed die again? Cursed die rolls 10, the answer's cursed. We're going to do odds and evens, I think. I said I'd do it, and I am. So I got 60 with a cursed roll 60. What does that say? I inherited a dreadful curse. I mean, that's pretty broad, isn't it? I inherited it, though. Anything but a clueless lucky rogue who just fumbles through every important thing in their world. You can be a guy who tells the truth but does it with style. Do people like this inherited a dreadful curse? Or should I roll that again? What if it's the psychic parrot that makes all the real decisions? The main character is just trying to follow the parrot story. I think you'd get pretty tired of hearing that. Inherited the tattoos. I mean, I like this curse idea. I've inherited a dreadful curse. Cursed companion. It's possible. Inherited a dreadful curse. Okay, excellent. That's what I've got. So, someone up the family tree made a deal and died before they could pay it off, and now you get the debt with no benefit. I mean, that's intriguing, isn't it? I'll think on that one. I will think on that one. Right. Your characteristics. Use any of the prompts below that are helpful. Answer the question yourself or check the indicated table for an answer. If a response is uninteresting or a poor fit, ignore it. In fact, rejecting what doesn't work is part of sharpening the focus. The curse is you start getting star mark tattoos, but they show places where you've never been. Oh, I wonder whether building on that, like, I wonder if I've got a really, really, really strange star mark. Like, I'm trying to find where it goes. It's really simple. It's like on my wrist or something, and it's something I have to keep covered up, and no one can understand what it is. Yeah, star mark tattoos for places that don't exist. Unless they're on our version of Atlantis. But I guess everyone thinks that. I think that that's my curse. I think I've got a star mark for somewhere that doesn't exist or can't exist. But why is that curse? Think on that one. Anyway, right, okay. Right, keep in mind that you can start with the sketchiest ideas for your character and flesh them out through play. These prompts are optional. What aspects of your look or personality are obvious at first glance? What is your former or current profession? What accessory or piece of gear helps define your look? If you're armed, what's your favourite weapon? What are less obvious or hidden aspects of your nature? What drives you and you possess an object of personal significance? What is it? Maybe my star mark changes at certain locations. Maybe I'm destined to go there. I always try and steer clear of chosen one / destined characters. I don't know. I just always find them kind of boring, I think. But there's something in that. Maybe this star mark in general is or was a curse. All star marked feel connections to their marked places, and yours grants an unsettling malaise and terrible dreams. I do love an unsettling malaise. Okay. Your 2 starting path assets help define your character's core abilities and skills. If you need inspiration, use the table below as a pick list for a persona and a pair of recommended assets. I wonder if anything fits with what we're doing. I wonder whether charlatan is interesting. Scoundrel and socialite. Because socialite's new, isn't it? I think that's a new one. It's a new asset. Maybe it leads to a terrible place where something disastrous happened and no one can go there. Other star marks tattoos fades when you're nearby. Interesting. So I'm cursed and star marked. I wonder if there's a star marked. No, there isn't one there. So I just want to note, like, swashbuckler I think is interesting. Scoundrel, socialite. Tio was haunted. I don't want to do a haunted. But yeah, we'll have a look at the assets in a bit. But I think they're definitely. I think what we've established is I want to play a charisma based character. I think it's got to be. I think that's definitely. The result for 60 on the non-cursed table was a loved one goes missing. Maybe the cursed chosen one was intended for them, but they ran off, and now you're trying to find them to offload your destiny. Charlatan would certainly be a Lando-style scoundrel, definitely. 100%. Maybe you unintentionally steal other star marks. You see how much creative stuff everyone's coming up with just by a couple of prompts. It's good, isn't it? Got a dash. But good night. Yep, good night, Axel. Thank you for stopping by. Scoundrel, swashbuckler, socialite, the triple S. Don't forget star marked. Right, let's go. Let's keep going. So, take command. So, this is an interesting one. This is one I have thought a little bit about. So, choose your command. We're going to work out if we've got a ship or not, basically. So our options are novice command. You're in command of a ship, but it is a minor vessel of little repute. This is the default campaign start. I may be misremembering it, but Jinx could be interesting with the star-marked curse. Yeah, I seem to remember seeing Jinx when I was looking through this first. That seemed interesting. Second option, worthy command. You're in command of an admirable vessel and able crew. Or option 3, no command. You do not have a ship or command of your own yet. Like, what's more interesting? Like, being a captain or being one of a crew or not having a ship? I know that obviously Archer spent so much of his time on his own or with a small ragtag crew. I don't know whether I'm ready for more than 2 people to be in my crew. A curse for star mark socialite might be the marks appear at the worst possible moment. I always think that, like, I wonder whether no command is a better option for me. If you are a mariner, you serve under the command of a non-player character on their ship, or a stranded or marooned without a ship. Yeah, because I've kind of got an idea for the campaign of this, like the campaign start, right? I've kind of got an idea for that. I've basically wanted to use an in media res campaign start for years, and I've never thought, there's never been a good opportunity to use it, and I think I'm going to use it in this. My game started with me being shipwrecked with no vessel, and it was pretty fun swapping through other sailing ships before getting my flagship. Option 1, so you can have people to have with you, but have more liberty than be a commander of an armada. I don't think in this game I ever want to be in charge of an armada or a fleet. I know that there's cool options for that. If you start without a ship, you can always charm one out of someone. That's true. I'm going to start with no ship. The default option is very good. You can have a small crew and be able to really flesh out the NPCs before you build a bigger cast of characters. I really like the idea of joining a ship and then defining those characters and relationships. So yeah, I'm going to go no ship. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, this is coming up with some good stuff, everyone. Thank you for this. Crowdsourcing stuff. Right. Ship history is not important if we don't have a ship. Ship characteristics, crew characteristics. Ready to claim your final asset. Yeah, I reckon it's time we had a look at some assets, I think. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have got some assets. So having your curse be the ship could be the fun. Like, captain our ghost ship for us, or we'll start killing people. Yes. Yes. So we'll pick some assets. So we'll pick 2 to start with. And then we will come back for that third one. So we're not going to have a ship yet. So let's pick 2 paths. Oh, some of these are so cool. Map room. Rigged for speed. I never had any modules on the Eclipse. I don't think it deserved it. It was too much of a piece of shit. Remember that a good chunk of Starforged assets are also included in the baseline deck. That is true. If possible, I want to use as few. Oh, now he's seen a flying machine. Okay, yeah, let's ignore that. Sorry. Right, paths. Let's have a look at the ones that jumped out at me. What have we got? So, Jinx. I think Carolina said something about Jinx. I get it if you want to stick with the new fund. I think I want to look to see if we can do this with just Sundered Isles stuff. Again, like I said before, I always want to showcase the game first, without jumping too much into my own thing, because there's fun to be had there. And I think almost accidentally people have come to my channel to find out how to play this game, so the more stuff that I can do that's in the rulebook, the better. Right, Jinx, you are cursed by ill luck, but persisting offers its own rewards. If you score a miss with a match, this asset counts as an impact for you and your allies. You may undo this only by scoring a strong hit with a match. If you do, you and your allies each clear the impact and mark 1 tick on your bonds. That's an interesting mechanic. That is interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. What else is there? What else do we say? Social, the S's. We need to get. These are alphabetical, aren't they? So let's get to where we're going. Necromancer. Overlander. Pirate Captain. Pistolier. Right, socialite. Let's have a look. Okay, when you make a move using charm, flattery, or seduction, or by navigating elite social circles, add +1. Now that right there seems handy. Jinx lets you do some stuff, interesting stuff with failed rolls. Lord knows I fail enough of them. Well, that we'll come to that in a second. But like, I'm having a think about what stat array I want to play on this, because having done both, it's up for debate. See, the socialite one is interesting, but the second two abilities are, the triggers include going to social events. I don't know if that's what I want. I don't want to go to any fancy parties. I do, but like, I don't know where I want to do this. Right, Swashbuckler is the other one that I was thinking of. And I did briefly look at this one, and it seemed fun. So, when you make a move with outrageous style and do not roll a 1 on your action die, you may re-roll that die. If you burn momentum to improve your result on this move, roll your action die again. And on a 5 or 6, you do not reset momentum. Now that's cool, right? Like, everyone's going to pick Swashbuckler, aren't they? Because that is really cool. Yeah, low edge and iron, high heart and wits, forcing the character to talk himself out of conflicts. Right, what else they got? When you enter the fray in personal combat, or when an ongoing fight transitions to personal combat, you may envision up to 3 useful aspects of your surroundings. Take +1 momentum for each. Then when you make a daring or unexpected move, incorporating one of those aspects, add +1. When you react under fire in close quarters by parrying and score a strong hit, you counter or turn the foe's attack against them and mark progress. That's cool. Swashbuckler is cool. I'm worried that a lot of people will be doing that or taking it. Does that matter? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think that's fine, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'm going to take Swashbuckler. Waterborne, we said. Someone said Waterborne was interesting. Waterborne looks like it would be awesome for the Atlantis underwater archaeology theme. You have affinity for the depths. You can spend extended time underwater. Ah, little air track. My character is a swashbuckler in our co-op game. I also rolled outrageously fabulous feathered hat as my signature item. Very nice. Very nice. Windbinder. Right, so yeah, unless we're gonna go for Scoundrel is a Starforged one, isn't it? It's a Starforged asset. Yeah, it is, isn't it? What a pistolier. Oh, that involves a brace of pistols. Let's have a look at Socialite again. See if there's something I'm not seeing there. When you make a move using charm, flattery, or seduction, or by navigating elite social circles. Do I want to be navigating elite social circles in this game? I don't know. Rich people creep me out. Scoundrel was the two paths. Oh, that was the yeah, I get it. Yeah, that was the name for having the two paths. Right, okay, got you. Thank you. Well, I'm definitely taking Swashbuckler. That is happening. Is there anything in this Jinx? So if you score a miss with a match, this asset counts as an impact. You may undo this only by scoring a strong hit with a match. If you do, you each clear the impact and mark one tick on your Bond's legacy track. How much courtly intrigue were you hoping for? Not that much, to be honest. I think that is interesting, but I don't know whether that's what I want from this game. So, right, why am I not understanding the Jinx? So, you basically, if you roll a miss with a match, you've got an impact, and this asset counts as an impact. But when you get a strong hit with a match, you clear the impact, and you mark a tick on your bonds. It's all right, Drew. Come on in. Better late than never. Interesting. I don't know if I'm sold on any of those. Definitely Swashbuckler. That's happening. So, who wants me to have a chattering skull? So, as a companion, it says, this animate skull does not use a health meter, but is as vulnerable to destruction or loss as any object. When you make a move in its presence, add a curse die. If that rolls a 10, you glean insight from the skull's incessant chatter as follows. If you roll a miss, re-roll a dice. If you roll a miss again, the skull led you astray. If you roll a hit, take +1 momentum, add +1 on your next related move. Okay, cool. Duelist, not Swashbuckler. Okay. Here's a suggestion. Here's a concept. Could I take the Chattering Skull companion, but the Chattering Skull be my star mark? So I've got a tattoo that talks to me in the way that the Chattering Skull does. And maybe it's in the shape of a skull, like a skull island or something. Like Skull Island, you know. Is that too much? Yes, the Chattering Skull. It would be great at parties. It's a great icebreaker, isn't it? Chattering Skull is amazing. One of my favourite assets in Sundered Isles. Yeah. It is good, isn't it? But then also so is a monkey. Because the monkey really is a mischief, isn't he? Definitely don't want a parrot. Rat could be cool. When I was a kid, I used to watch the film Beastmaster way too much, and he had a couple of ferrets, didn't he? There's a ferret companion in this. I don't think there is. That's a shame. Okay, right. We're going to go back to... back to the rule book. Okay, so next step is to choose your starting region. And this is your kind of the equivalent of the terminus, the outlands, and the other place I can never remember the name of. I think it might cause issues since it's supposed to be stealable, destroyable, but it sounds fun. Skull tattoo that's made of star charts that talks to you. Talking tattoo is pretty good. What other companions were there? Yeah, there's a rat, a kraken, monkey, parrot. I think myriads is where I'm gonna start. Probably not going to define this region too much right now. I'll do that between now and when I do the first episode. Come up with some notable locations, and I love drawing maps, so I'll draw a little map, and a connection. Be interesting. My inciting incident, I've kind of got one in my head. And then we're down into the oracles. Are these linkable? So, right. I want to come up with a few character details before I sign off this evening, because it's kind of late. Maybe the skull is carved with patterns which match your star mark. I think that there's got to be some connection between it, and I wonder if... I'm going to try and make that work in my head. You can lose a tattoo if you lose your arm. I'll lose your arm, I guess. Right. I definitely want to figure out some aspect of my character here. So, these are more for NPCs, aren't they? Well, let's roll a trademark accessory. I mean, I know that like a chattering skull is kind of a trademark accessory. 85. A satchel of tools. Is that any good? 68. A loyal animal companion. Oh no, these are for NPCs, aren't they? These are NPCs? Does anyone know? Quick thing, everyone. Has everyone found the bad spot Easter eggs in Sundered Isles? Yeah. I'll show you. It's because Sean is such a lovely, kind man. We have result number 15 on the roll is Archibalo, and roll number 12 is Luna's Young. That's a nice little bad spot Easter egg for you all. Thought it was pretty cool. I suppose a good pirate name would be Archibalo, wouldn't it? Could probably just do that. Right, so I don't know how much more I'm going to do because we're coming up to 2 hours now, and that's more than enough time for you to hear me talk. Although adding together the amount of time that Starforge took the other day was quite something. Like 51 hours. You've listened to me talk for 51 hours. What's wrong with you people? But yeah, so I'm going to be playing a charisma-based, swashbuckling, scoundrel-type player. I used the character roles oracle to reveal what my character did before the story started. Yeah, I like that. I might have a little fish around there. So I'll be playing a charisma-based character. What I was going to ask is, so the usual stat array is 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, right? Now I played that in original Ironsworn, and I played that with Tio Artiga, and it's pretty brutal. Now, Starforged, Archer and Luna, Archer had the stat array of 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, and I did fudge dice rolls in the campaign. You'll be shocked to know, but they invariably were always bumping down strong hits to weak hits when a strong hit wouldn't have been as interesting. And I did roll more of those with Archer because he had the 4 for wits was quite something. Even though I think that during the campaign, every time he got a +1 to wits rolls, he failed it. Like, so he had a +5 and still failed it every time. Luna, on the other hand, did have 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And it's cool. I was kind of thinking of doing something slightly different, and I just wanted to know how people felt about this. I was thinking about doing 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. So I've got 1 strong stat, 1 weak stat, and then the rest are 2. Do you think that would be good? Do you think it matters? Does anyone care? Could your skull tattoo be on your hand? Just love the idea of the character talking to his own hand puppet. I mean, that is pretty good, to be fair. A chattering monkey skull. I picked the stronger array for Ironsworn and regretted it. I succeeded too often when failing would have been more fun. Yeah, it does happen. I think that true solo is something that I definitely would advise new players to try. In a co-op game, I think going for the standard array, it's just sometimes quite hard to pull yourself out of that tailspin when you get into that kind of failure cascade. Sounds interesting. Why not? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. So I'll have 1 weak, 1 strong, and nothing at 4. So yeah. I mean, you're always going to get weak hits, and that's part of the fun, isn't it? Whatever works for you and what you think would be fun, either way, you'll make a good story. Well, that's nice. You've got faith in me. I did 4, 3, 2, 2, 1 on my solo. It is. That's a good one. I quite like that one. Yeah, having something as a 1, but then you always want to, and I tried to do this as much as I could in Starforge, especially with Luna, trying to make her roll and not just cheese into her best stat was way more interesting. Yeah, but yeah, there you go. Cool. Thanks everyone for joining me tonight. It's been a late finish, especially for everyone in the Greenwich Mean Time type area. So we've got kind of a rough idea of who we're going to play, and a rough idea of what kind of campaign's going to go down. I will put together a video in the next couple of weeks and have it released. And like I said, my first episode will be live at the UK Game Expo on the 1st of June, I think it is. So if you're there, you'll get to see it live, and if not, you'll get it shortly after. That's it from me this evening. Thank you very much for spending your time listening to me warble on. And thanks for everyone for watching my Starforge campaign and for just supporting the channel, because I love having the feedback from you guys and love hearing you say how much you're enjoying the story and how much you're liking my games. It's a very nice feeling. So I'm going to sign off now. Thank you very much, everyone, and farewell and safe passage.